At least I think we're becoming too nerdy.
I know. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
I'm Ivan Linn. I'm the CEO and founder of generative AI company Wavv that focuses on music, and I'm also a composer and a music engineer.
Hi, my name is Alex Wong, and I'm a composer, music producer, musician.
It's a great opportunity to actually work on this project because we here at Wavv started to figure out different ways of creating music. My co-composer Alex and also our language model Musica started to get together with this process how we should allocate the portions of music that can be both co-created by human brains and machine. It's not a pure technological project, but it's a project through technology that's gonna bring out the humanity, the goodness of the humanity. This part, the pad, was totally generated by our language model. So it's fully AI. And the reason why I wanted to do it is because we wanted to present a story where there was evolution coming from human brain and now it's machine. Yeah. But in the meantime, we talked about the idea of setting the countdown. Yeah. So the BPM is 60. So it's exactly 1 second, 2 seconds.
We would get that exactly on the second.
I think what's interesting is that the countdown for you didn't use one single note.
No.
You didn't do like, but you were using a descending scale. Is there any story behind that?
I think the idea was we're sort of descending into darkness.
Descending to darkness?
I don't know why, but I guess when you think about total darkness when the sun's blocked out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for some reason the action of sort of descending into it made sense, even though it's happening up in the sky, right? But maybe because the action of the descent also sort of prepares you for the...
Yeah, you're gonna settle down.
You're settling down and getting ready for the major event. We decided that leading into the totality, where everything becomes pitch black, all dark, we would have a pretty epic build-up, sort of like how someone's emotions would be leading into that event, right? Because everything before that, you're just anticipating, waiting for the sun to be blocked out. But then as you start to see everything move and shift into position and everything starts to get aligned, that's when we made that musical transition, sort of like this build that just gets bigger and bigger and more epic.
And I remember we had a conversation that we were doing a dramatic crescendo entering into the period of time when the sunlight is totally covered. Yeah. And this is the drop that you were talking about. Yeah. And instantly the vibe of the music changed. There's no melody. There's not necessarily a chord. There's not necessarily...
Yeah, it's really more textured.
Yeah, it's texture. Yeah. And also this vibe and this friction that creates this airy sound that sort of reflects to the outer space when everything's vacuumed.
Yeah. For the totality, the total darkness moment, we decided to keep the key kind of ambiguous because initially, as we were composing the piece, during the totality, we went almost like in a sci-fi direction, as if we were scoring like a sci-fi movie or something. But then we quickly realized, this is almost like we're dictating how the audience should feel. Like we're telling them, oh, yeah, feel this emotion, feel like this is magical, feel like you're on a spaceship, you're in outer space, whatever. But then we realized this isn't what the eclipse is about. We wanted to open it to different interpretations. We wanted to let the audience make the experience their own. So with the music, we realized, okay, we shouldn't really tell them how to feel one way or another. But then we reintroduce a few instruments, kind of just creeping back in. And then right here, we start to hear kind of the same chime, right?
Right.
That same sound from before the counting down, right? Every minute we hear this. But now it's more melodic. We're starting to bring back, like you said, the human elements, right? So instead of it just being a clock, now the clock has sort of turned into the human emotions, human experience, sort of guiding us out of the eclipse.
Right.
And then,
And still for this part, there's not a clear melody line, but it's sort of a gesture.
Yeah.
By using the root note, the fourth note, the fifth note. So it's pretty much you don't necessarily see a major key or minor key here.
It's still kind of ambiguous.
Yeah.
We're like, because our intention was to still keep it, open for the audience to still make the experience their own. As we're coming out of totality, when sunlight starts to creep back in, we see the rings start to get brighter, and then everything starts to sort of go back to normal. That's actually when we reintroduced different elements. We established the key in a more positive major key, so it's like uplifting in a sense. We use the cello to sort of creep in as the sun starts to come back, and then cello.
Here comes your favorite cello here. Exactly. Still not revealing the major third right away.
And then we do a really big leap, right?
Exactly.
Which, I mean, this interval right here, right? It has sort of like a far-reaching sort of
in future, for time, for space, it's something that's ahead.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah. Which is kind of like the opposite of the beginning section. Remember, we were descending.
Exactly.
But here we're
ascending.
Ascending.
Right now we're ascending.
The decision was, okay, this is the good opportunity here to sort of tell people how to feel, because they just witnessed this incredible, epic, celestial event, and we left it open, during the totality period for them to make the experience their own. But as everything returns to normal, it's like, oh, it's over. We want them to feel that emotional impact. We want to sort of steer them in that direction,
and the piano, fully generated from the language model, performed fully by AI. So this is somewhere that you don't necessarily interfere or disrupt what machine is doing, which we call machine learning over here. But one thing that's incredible is that it's a example of co-working process between human and machine, because the piano here was fully generated and performed by a machine, but the strings that go with it, it's actually a human.
Right. So it's like a true collaboration between human and machine.
Yeah, exactly.
As composers, it's almost like our job to come up with different emotions, almost like painting a picture with musical notes, if you will. At the end, it's still just an expression of yourself as the musician, as the composer. You're expressing yourself through the music, and if someone who listens to that piece of music can connect with it, or even connect with you as the creator of this piece, that's an incredibly gratifying but also powerful thing, and it totally takes us back, to the beginnings, like even the dawn of Western music. I feel like humans have always done this, so yeah, it's like ingrained in our culture, ingrained in us now. Yeah.
Thank you, Joe, Greg, and the NASA SSERVI team on this incredible project. I think right now we're looking at a very interesting period of time where creativity the way it is being conducted, we're seeing quite big change going forward, whether it's creating music, creating artwork, creating films. Creativity should be the essence of humanity, and now we're using this very powerful tool to help us. We're very fortunate to have been part of this project and journey.